Hello.
Hi there.
Welcome to one of our horror reviews.
Yes.
We decided to do an Orphan marathon.
Orphan, don't be
So we did Orphan First Kill.
And now we're doing the original
And
Orphan.
now we did the original Orphan.
Because we did the prequel first. This is the original film, and I think I probably, when I first watched this, like a few years, I think it was like a year or two after this came out, because I think I was just old enough to like start watching horror movies. I remember wearing out the DVD that I have this movie. Like, I watched it so much on repeat. I just loved it. And originally it was not doing too well, but over the years it's become kind of a cult classic, and a lot of people love this movie, and that's why it got a sequel finally, a prequel, and now I think they might be, like I said, doing another one, but I'm not sure. So yeah, if you had seen the last video and I told you like not watch that one first because you haven't seen this movie, watch this one first, because this one is like the movie that gives away the spoiler of the fact that she's not something. I was about to say just now, but so this movie's really good. It came out in 2009, and this actually does follow the events of the prequel. So 2007, skip 2 years to the events of this movie. So she's now in a orphanage. It's an orphanage, but like it's run by a bunch of nuns. These nuns have this orphanage.
Like the First Omen.
Yes, it is an orphanage, not a convent, but it's an orphanage that's done religiously by these nuns. They're trying to make sure these kids go to good families, and it starts out with this story of Vera Farmiga, Scream Queen from The Conjuring and a bunch of other movies and stuff. I love her. Alongside Sarsgaard, right? Peter Sarsgaard?
Peter Sarsgaard.
Yeah. Is her husband. And they have 2 kids, Max and Daniel. Max, who is played by an actress in real life who is, I forget if she is deaf or blind. I think she's partially deaf in reality. But she's deaf in this movie. So she uses sign language to communicate, and she is so cute in this movie. Such a good little actress. And then I forget the actor that plays Daniel, but
yeah.
Her older brother, who's sort of a dweeb and an ass. But her parents, Vera Farmiga loses her child in birth, like a stillborn, and has nightmares of what happened when they tried to take the baby out of her from a C-section that went wrong, and really sad. And she loses her baby. That she was going to name Emily, I believe, and then she puts the ashes inside this plant that she has in her house. But she wants to give the love to another child, so they go to this orphanage to adopt Esther. And if you have not seen this movie, you don't know anything about Esther. Esther's this, I think, about 9-year-old girl, and as soon as she gets adopted, she seems like this charming, perfect child who has no bad, like, real past, but some things that have happened to her. And once she gets part of the family, bad things start to slowly happen until you find out that she's actually this murderous child who has been trying to turn the family against each other, and is trying to hurt everyone. And then you start to think about how everything that happened was a coincidence, and she is the one who had done all these horrible things to her families, and she was not the escapee of the fire. She was the one who started these fires, the one who started all this stuff. And you find out she's not a little girl at all. Plot twist. And this is better than I think the plot twist of the new, because although that one was really very, big and like very specific and larger, this one was very simple and straightforward. Is that she's not a little girl at all. She's a 33-year-old woman who has a dwarfism disorder, which makes her look like a child almost eternally, at least into old age.
I remember watching this movie, and the first time that me and my mom watched it, we were like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, same here. When I watched it with my mom, it was the same thing. It was just one of those, because this is one of those things too that the prequel is like an hour and a half. This movie's,
and you don't really find out like everything until almost the very end.
No, you don't.
Till it's too late.
The prequel's like an hour and a half. This movie's like 2 hours. I think it's actually over 2 hours. It's over 2 hours, and it does not feel like it at all. You are so submerged. I think, at least I am. Every time I watch this movie, I mean, it feels like it feels so much shorter than what it is that you're left at the end like wanting more. But such a good movie. Vera Farmiga is excellent in this movie. This is the first movie I think I ever saw her in. And I just absolutely loved her performance as this mother who's dealing with trauma, and now this child who's trying to frame her for a bunch of other things, and messing with her. Isabel Fuhrman was amazing in this movie. I think this is her first movie, and she is such a good little actress. Now she's my age. She's actually a year older than I am. She's an amazing actress. I love her. She's done movies like The Hunger Games, as one of the tributes. She's done Orphan First Kill. She's done a couple other movies. Great actress. And then Peter Sarsgaard, who's been other things too.
Other things, yeah.
But also C.H. Pounder, who was the nun, is an amazing actress too, and I love her in this movie too. I don't remember. I'm trying to think of a movie she's been in, but I've seen her in something else.
She's been in tons of stuff.
She has. I just can't name them off the top of my head, but she's an amazing actress in the movie too.
Yeah.
She plays like really one of the only actual kills in this movie. She gets a hammer to the head like several times. It is one of the most painful death scenes to watch a movie, because not because it's so super gory, but just because of all the impact, all the way they shoot it, just the violence of the scene is just so intense. It starts out where Lena pushes her foster sister Max into the road, and then like when the nun's coming to go back, Sister Abigail, and she like almost hits her, comes out of the car, and then Esther's sitting there with a hammer and smacks her in the head, follows her out in the snow and kills her and like hits her a few more times for good measure, and then then as soon things starts to happen, the kids start to catch on that she's bad, and Max knows it. She's kind of like used as her assistant sidekick because she's innocent and naive, and she uses her. And then Daniel finds out. She tries to kill him in a fire that almost kills him in a tree house that she put all the evidence in that's his, and he goes in the hospital in coma. She tries to kill him again, and then she gets a call from these hospitals that she was trying to get a hold of earlier. She was trying to find out her history. She calls the Soren Institute, who she thinks is an adoption center, but that's when you really find out that it's actually a mental hospital for adults, and that she's not a child. And her husband is at home with the kids who are asleep, and Esther, Lena, and then she kills her husband, and then they fight it out. Kind of just the battle again.
Vera Farmiga kicks ass.
She does. And then at the end, like Esther, like she gets kicked. She gets like she falls into the ice because Max shoots a bullet into the lake. It's frozen over, and it's one of the best finales. She like comes up for air, and she's like, "Please don't let me die, mommy." And then she's like, "I'm not your effing mommy," and then kicks her head back, and like it's like brutal. Like her head just like her neck snaps like so hard, so far back, and she just drowns in the lake.
Yeah.
And it's such a good ending. And I think the original alternate ending was supposed to have her come back to life, but they didn't do that. Instead, they opted for the prequel. But I love this movie. This movie is so... Now I can't say it's underrated anymore because it's so, like adored by people now. But it used to be so underrated, and I love this movie. If you have not seen it, go watch it. Definitely watch this movie. So, I mean... Do you have anything else? I'm sorry, I'm taking over these movie reviews.
No, you're fine. Just check out, if you're a fan of Vera Farmiga, check out Bates Motel. That's a very good TV show with her in it.
Yeah, such a good movie, such a great cast. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching these reviews. Go check out Esther and Orphan First Kill. Great movies. I love them.
Yes.
Like and follow for more, and see you all next time.
Yes. Bye.
All right, take care. And don't adopt any
Don't adopt any kids.
Don't adopt any creepy
Creepy
orphan
kids.